Welcome back to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. We're broadcasting from the Student Union Building, and behind me are the offices of Student Programming and Raider Entertainment. We call it SPARE. And SPARE offers opportunities for our students to plan events and activities that offer opportunities of engagement across campus. Here to tell us more is Tyler Atkins, Assistant Director of SPARE. Tyler, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here. Glad to be in the Student Union. Glad to talk about SPARE. You know, we love our acronyms at MTSU. So I say SPARE like everybody knows what that means. But what does SPARE mean?
SPARE stands for Student Programming and Raider Entertainment. And we're an organization that plans events all across campus. We take our students through all the stages of event planning, as well as invite anyone to come out and enjoy what we have to offer.
And you do fantastic work. We've been partners in crime for Party in the Grove, just wrapping up our second season of Party in the Grove, the official tailgate at Walnut Grove before our home football games. And it's been a labor of love, I know, for you and your team, because you're really responsible for every detail of what's happening. Talk us through what experience that has offered to the students and what you've offered our students through their work.
So Party in the Grove has been a fantastic growth opportunity for SPARE to be able to pull our students into a little bit more involvement with athletics and the event planning that goes on out at Walnut Grove. We have two different student managers that are in charge of different aspects of the event. We have our sports and games manager that will brainstorm and plan all the activities that are going to occur out at Walnut Grove, as well as our concerts manager, who gets the experience of helping coordinate the live music that's occurring out there and working co-curricularly and in conjunction with one of our classes over in the Scott Borchetta College of Media and Entertainment to plan the talent that's going to be out at Walnut Grove. So those two students are really getting very hands-on experiences with creating this event kind of from the front to the back.
So I've watched your student team in action with the artists. They really learn a lot about artist management, the schedule, the run a show, making all those things happen, which is really I think it's a pretty exciting experience because they're doing the real work, right?
They are, and it's great to see them really get to grow. Many students that come to SPARE at first are nervous about meeting artists. They feel like it's a fun opportunity, but they really get to see the professional side of it once they join our organization. And so they'll be working with these artists hands-on before the process, with their management, getting contracts done, getting promotional elements approved, and then when we get to the day of Party in the Grove, helping usher the talent to the stage, managing their hospitality, and of course managing their student team that is comprised of multiple volunteers that are also getting some of these hands-on experiences while they're out there at Walnut Grove.
Of course, you're here in the Student Union. You've got offices here. I know this is where all the fun starts. And talk about fun. The big thing that everybody wants to know what SPARE's doing is the signature event. I know everyone wears you guys out, you know, because talk a little bit about that. That's once, twice a year where you're really doing something huge and special, right?
Yes, so the signature event started as an initiative by our student government and SPARE to create a concert and other major events that would bring students together and kind of find a way to really get them engaged with campus in a way that hadn't been seen before. And the spring concert has been a large success for the past 11 years, where we get to bring a major talent at the end of the school year and get students kind of excited and celebrating all the work that they've put in throughout the entire academic year. And so it's a great experience to partner with one of our favorite organizations in SGA, as well as get some student input together and find what's going to work best for this campus to make sure we have a great concert and a fun time.
What I think is really cool is that, you know, obviously, we wish we had an unlimited budget. We could get anybody we wanted, but we have a rather, you know, a tight budget for this, and you save and scrimp so that spring concert is amazing. Y'all have a knack for finding some artists just as they're becoming really, really big, and you kind of find them as they're on that upward part of the curve. That's your students, right? Kind of telling you, hey, this is what we're hearing, this is what we see, this is what we hear, right?
Correct. So we work in combination with representatives from SPARE and SGA to get some of that voice, and then they go out and do the market research from our student body. And that's where we really find what it is we're looking for, where we find that pulse that is driving these concerts. So our student voice is coming directly from the feedback we receive when we go out and talk to people and we do listening habit surveys and things of that nature, while working with an outside agent to kind of discover who's that right moment and who's that right time.
And those productions are amazing. I think it's one of the best examples of cross-departmental collaboration, because there's Spare and the hard work that Spare's doing to program that event, work that event, but then we've got students from our Scott Borchetta College of Media and Entertainment. We have students from True Blue TV, Event Productions. They're all kind of coming together on the floor of Murphy Center and creating this amazing concert venue, right? That's exciting.
It truly is. It's one of my favorite things, is seeing so many students get to work together and create these shared experiences. We like to see our students integrating with other organizations so that they're getting to meet and network, but just seeing the successful partnership of all these different areas, including our Murphy Center complex and all the work they put in as well to help put this show together. It's really, truly inspiring to see how, when we are part of a collective, what we can really accomplish.
So if I'm a student, or if I know a student, I want to push them to get involved, what are you looking for, and how do I get involved with Spare?
So the two main things we're looking for is a passion and drive to be involved in the entertainment industry, and to have that commitment to put in the work. A lot of times we'll have students get inspired by the fun idea of it, but we want to make sure that they're also committed to getting the experience out of it that betters them in the future. The website that we have is spare.mtsu.edu, and that has a Join Us link at the top of it. So if they click that button, they'll fill out a small form, and that'll get passed along to us to share with our council managers. We then integrate them into the team from there, should all of the miscellaneous answers align. Most students who sign up for Spare are immediately connected with us. We very rarely turn down an application, so it's always great to get new students involved and find them a way to get connected to campus.
Seems like they always find a home at Spare, which is fantastic.
They sure do.
Well, you and Rich Kershaw, the director of Spare, you both do a great job working with the students, and the results speak for themselves. Tyler, thanks for joining us, and thanks for all you do for our students.
Well, thank you so much. It was great to be here.